What's giddy, guys, and welcome to my second channel where I post all kinds of gig related updates. If you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and like this video because it would help me out a bunch. Today we're going to be looking at another union announcement. It says gig workers to announce new union at Uber's SF, which is San Francisco's headquarters. Another union. It seems like these people are really going all out on this. I've actually talked about this multiple times in the past. Before, it was just kind of like a hit or miss, right? They were just kind of throwing it out there, but no one was really ever causing any action. But now people in California, at least, right, San Francisco, they really want to be labeled as an employee. They don't want to be independent contractors. I haven't read through the entire thing yet. I've only read the title and a little bit of this, the text. So I'm going to go through it now. I'm going to give my opinions on it, my thoughts, and then you guys leave me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. So let's go ahead and get into it. Delivery workers and other gig workers across California will descend on Uber's headquarters on Mission Bay on Wednesday and announce the formation of a statewide union. Now that last sentence is important, right? It's going to be a statewide union. This is not going to be across the country. So this is only for California. It seems like a lot of the things that ever happen, especially with the gig related job, all happens in California. Almost nothing happens to anyone else in the world other than your base pay being cut. But let's go on. The founders of the union, called the California Gig Workers Union, how original, said their conditions have not improved since Proposition 22 was passed by California voters in 2020, classifying gig workers as independent contractors and not employees. Now, I wish I could get Prop 22 here in Florida. If you don't know what Prop 22 is, it's basically this thing that passed in California that if the DoorDash driver does not make enough money from the deliveries that they're doing, they literally just get free money. And there's people that get hundreds of dollars extra for absolutely no work. Prop 22 is amazing. And these people don't like it. So I don't know. Who am I? Who am I? Prop 22 was ruled unconstitutional and unenforceable under the state constitution in August 2021 by Superior Court Judge Frank Roach. Now, I think Prop 22 is still actually going on, even though this has happened. I didn't hear about this happening. I'm all the way in Florida, right? So we get no updates. We get no help over here. California gets all the help. It just seems like that. Bentley, stop. I gotta talk to you guys. It seems like, right, California gets the most help out of any other state, yet they are the ones who complain the most. Now, I'm not talking about you as just a regular driver. I'm talking about these lawyers and these big businesses, these big corporations that are against the gig work, industry, right? Think about that. They get the most help out of anyone. And they're the ones that complain the most. They're the ones that are the loudest. You never hear something about Utah coming out and doing something like this. You don't hear about Florida. You don't hear about Kentucky. What's that sound? I'm getting heated about this, man. Let's go ahead and keep going. For years, gig companies have exempted themselves from providing basic protection and rights to their workers. That's being an independent contractor. That's just how it is. Including a minimum wage, overtime pay, paid time off, and access to compensation when they are injured on the job. Now, DoorDash, and I believe Uber Eats, I think Grubhub as well, did offer the Rona pay. If you remember when Rona started, if you got the Rona, they did offer you, I think it was like your last week's check again, and then they would deactivate you until you gave them a negative test. And then including a minimum wage. We don't want a minimum wage. We don't want to be employees. Overtime pay. How do you classify overtime if you're not an employee? If you're an independent contractor, you work whatever hours you want. Me personally, I work between 35 to 40 hours a week. It works for me. How do you classify that? So if I go to 41 hours, am I classified overtime pay? That doesn't make sense either. Paid time off. How does that make sense? Like, none of this makes sense. Paid time off. As an independent contractor, I don't work Mondays and Tuesdays. That's how I do it. I deserve pay for that? And access to compensation when they're injured on the job. Now, yes, I do agree that this is probably the only thing that maybe would be good, right? Let's say if a dog was to bite you during a delivery, or you get maybe in an accident during a delivery. It's mainly your insurance's job to work on that. But, it would be nice to receive if it's something that doesn't involve driving, but it involves like you actually getting out of the car. Maybe like something happens while you're at the restaurant or something happens while you're at the customer, right? I can understand that. But these other things are dumb. So let's keep going. For the past several years, the Mobile Workers Alliance in Southern California and We Drive Progress in Northern California have brought together tens of thousands of gig drivers to fight for basic rights and protection and push back against tech company exploitations. Never heard of this. Never ever have I heard any of these 1,000 drivers that they're talking about, unless these it's California. That's the problem, right? The people in California, they're kind of like, they're really behind a keyboard, right? There's no like group events. I mean, there's been little protests here and there, but to say that they have thousands of gig drivers who are fighting to be employees, it has to be people that are just uneducated about the job. And if you know anyone, or you have a Facebook group where people are agreeing with this, send them this video link, right? Send them, do you want to be an employee? Listen to me. If you want to be an employee, you take every order. There is no rejection. An order comes in, there's no X button on Uber, there's no decline button on DoorDash, you accept it. And on top of that, they don't have to show you what the pay is anymore, right? Listen to that. Remember when Uber was doing that? When you're an employee, they're going to show you an offer. If you don't accept it, you're fired. If you accept it, you keep your job, but you're going to get $2 for the delivery and $12 for the hour, if that's what they offer you in your state. The two groups are now uniting under a statewide banner, the California Gig Workers Union, with a core goal of winning union rights for gig workers across the state. The press release adds. This is dumb, in my opinion. Unions, we're not just... It's hard. It's very hard in this industry because it's very divided, right? You do have people that want an hourly pay, that want paid time off, that want minimum wage, they want overtime, right? They want all these things. They want the cake, but they want to be able to reject orders. They want to be able to say, no, I don't want to take this $3 order going 10 miles. I don't want to do that. But I want all this stuff. That's kind of how California is. And sorry to say for anyone that works in California, man, but you guys are really destroying these jobs. And it's not just the individual person, again, right? If you're just a regular person, you watch my videos, you go out and work, you get your Prop 22, whatever. If you're a regular person, you're trying to make ends meet, you're just trying to work, all the best for you. But these people, right, you cannot support these people that want to make you an employee. Once that happens, it's over, right? Unless you have a second stream of income, unless you have an eBay business or an Amazon business, or you're investing and you're day trading, you're not possibly going to make enough money to survive on that. You're going to be homeless, just like the millions of other people in San Francisco. You know, San Francisco is like, when you go there, it's not a pretty place. When you go there, there's sections of it. But even in those really nice areas, you can see the poverty. You can see the people that, you know, not all of them are lazy, but some of them had good jobs that lost it because people like this keep pushing these unions and things like that. People end up losing their job. And when you think about it, right, if you're an employee, right, businesses, for the most part, they have the cap of how many employees they need, right? So, I mean, you think about it, if DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever, switches to everybody as an employee, what if you just lose your job completely? What do you do then? Now you're going to have to go either back to school if you can afford it, or you're going to have to go get another minimum wage job, because if you're doing DoorDash full time, the chances are is this is kind of your best option, right? That's not to put anyone down. This is my best option, right? It makes more money than any other. McDonald's gonna pay me more? Burger King gonna pay me more? Like working at Bell's, is that gonna pay me more? No. The reason we do this is because it pays more, right? You wanna be an employee, you're either gonna get cut or you're gonna be one of those lucky few that are gonna be taking $5 going to the other side of your state. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Heated about this, man. Absolutely heated. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share this with someone that wants to be an employee, and let them know to switch over to our side. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night, guys.